Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Roman's podcast. I'm Dinesh Sagi, joined by Amar and Punk. How are we?
Hello, hello. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Hello. Hi, Dinesh Amar.
Hey,
Hello. It's been a
we
long
got a
time.
nice long weekend, but unfortunately,
Yeah.
the weather's crappy. We rain today, and there's a prediction for a massive snowstorm tomorrow. So, yes. So I'm sort of,
Oh,
yeah, stuck indoors. So I'm hoping to do in as many podcasts as possible in the next couple of days.
not a bad place to be stuck in while
Yeah,
games are
absolutely.
starting, isn't it? Now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, especially with the Champions Trophy squad and everything that's going on around, like in a BCCI and stuff. I think it's like perfect long weekend for me.
Yeah. Lots of
Lot
rules and
happening. Lot
regulations.
happening in. Yeah, lot happening in BCCI. Looks like.
Absolutely, a lot more. Yes, a lot more than we anticipated. But maybe before we probably get a look into that, let's really quickly, target what we're here for, which is the 50 over squad for the Champions Trophy. They've announced the squad late last night into early this morning. So really quickly, right? So here is the squad for
Yeah.
some of our viewers or some who is not familiar with who the playing or the 15 versus the playing 11 potentially would be. Starting off, Rohit, no surprises, is still the skipper, and then Gill, who is going to be his deputy, Kohli, Iyer, Rahul in the middle. Then you have Ardik, Aksar, Washington Sundar, Kuldeep Yadav, Bumrah, Shami, Arshdeep, Jaiswal, Pant, and Jadeja. That's the 15-man squad that they've announced.
Yeah.
The only comment that came from Ajit Agarkar was, they still don't think Bumrah is 100%. They hope he'll be up and running for the second or the third ODI of the bilateral series against England. And based on that, he might be a good fit for the Champions Trophy that starts in February, if obviously uh, depending on how he pulls up. And I'm confident he's going to be up and running. But yeah, so that's the 50-man squad. So starting off, right, a lot being said post BGT about some of the senior players and stuff. So now that you saw the squad, any surprises or anyone you think should make this 15-man squad that you haven't seen here? Punk, I'll start with you.
So I didn't say any surprises at all, right? Because uh, this team, right, who had played like the last World Cup finals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Apart from everybody scored runs. Iyer has scored 500 odd runs, like at a number 4. You
Mm-hmm.
can't drop him. You look at Gills, he's got like 55 or close to 60 average. He's done well. You see KL Rahul as a wicketkeeper batsman. He had scored runs apart from the final innings, like. But rest of and Kohli like close to 600 odd runs. The amount of centuries he scored. You can't drop your captain. He did well in bits and bobs, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the only player where I thought like, and I wanted Arshdeep to come in
Mm-hmm.
because he was a better fit for at least ODI better than Siraj. So and I think so that was it's a good change because we needed a left-hander. You need a right and left. So you're having a left-hander
Mm-hmm.
helps a lot. And Arshdeep has been a very good new ball bowler. He can swing the ball both ways, and also he's a good end bowler as well. So his Yorkers are really and he's his and even in IPL you've seen him. And apart from T20 match, you see what he did. If you look at the T20, I think so he was the highest wicket taker in that series, the
The
World Cup
T20 World
T20.
Cup, yes, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Just behind
and
Bumrah, obviously.
and you can imagine, T20 is like you have more batsmen trying to hit. They go more harder on the bowler.
Mm-hmm.
So at excelling in that means definitely in ODI you're a very good fit. And Siraj was not there in the T20. That shows a lot that the caliber of Arshdeep.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very happy for him. He's joined the squad, and I'm definitely sure he'll do a lot better. Uh, you know, with his line length is really accurate. So good pick on that side as well. Only surprise was not seeing a Nitish Kumar Reddy, but
Mm-hmm.
frankly speaking, it would have been a risk. The reason is, I have the Dubai pitch. It's a spinning track.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, it's like end of season. You have a lot of matches going on there, right? So you needed like a spinning all rounder. But definitely, he might be in your reserves
Mm-hmm.
or a backup to Hardik Pandya. That's definitely, I can see that back of the mind. And because it's just like a 2 or 3 hours flight, so they don't
Mhm.
need to announce reserves, right? You can just like pack somebody, and you have like every hour you might get a flight to Dubai from India, from any city. So I don't see like you need to take those reserves. So yeah, NKR might be the only one, but he hasn't played a single ODI, and on that, based on that, you can't just push somebody into a team because maybe
Obviously,
like one of two.
yes. Mhm.
So there's no like evidence of him playing any ODI at all.
Mhm.
So that is the only thing which people, because he's done so well in BGT, but BGT is
Mhm.
slightly different to compared to a Dubai pitch, right? So you need to have some sample size of his at least 1 or 2 ODIs as well, right? Which we didn't have at all.
Mhm.
So that's the only thing I see. Rest, I think so. The squad is good. You got a Jadeja there, good bowling. If maybe it was like South Africa or something, you might have seen a Jadeja not. They might have dropped Jadeja, but because it is Dubai and you have the spinning tracks, so Jadeja is a good pick. Akshar is a good pick, and the great who, not Bumrah, the great spinner
You talked about
Kuldeep.
Kuldeep Yadav. Yeah.
He's there. It's good for India, man. So one of the highest, in terms of his strike rate, it's crazy.
Yeah.
With Kuldeep being there as well. So
Mhm.
I think so. This is a very good pick. We can't drop anybody. Out of the like a KL
Yeah.
Rahul, Iyer. You can't. The averages of last 2 years. It's crazy, man. They're like
Mhm.
45, 50, 55. The
Yeah.
only guy you can drop technically would be a Rohit Sharma. Even Kohli cannot drop. Kohli has got like some 600 odd runs. Who
Yeah, in the World Cup. Yeah.
so you can't so good pick. That's the only
No.
thing. Yeah.
No, absolutely right. Before we get into your playing 11, right? So, Amar, your thoughts. But one of the things I want to call out right now, Punk. Yeah, Arshdeep. We need a left arm, seamer is a good pick, and I definitely like to see him in my squad as well. But on the flip side, dropping someone like Siraj, right? So a quick a stat for you. Since 2022, he's the highest wicket taker in ODIs across all seam bowlers. It's not just India, across. Just a stat, everything else, set aside. Just want to call that out. Yeah, go ahead, Punk. Yeah,
Against which countries?
I mean it's ODI, it's international cricket.
So the thing is, you have to look at your where you've taken wickets,
Yeah.
what pitches have taken wicket, who are your opponents,
Mhm.
right?
But I thought he
If
played
I go,
across. He
he's
played in
played
Sri
across, but
Lanka.
look,
He played. Yeah.
he's taken a lot of wickets against Sri Lanka,
Mhm.
right? So your averages screw a lot. Okay, so and the other thing is, see, Siraj is not a death bowler.
Mhm.
He is an opener bowler, right?
Mhm.
So his skills are limited.
Sure.
Okay, we've seen in IPL he gets thrashed around a lot. He can
Mhm.
open the bowling. If he takes wickets, and that's it.
Mhm.
In middle overs, he'll get thrashed. In end of his innings, he'll get thrashed. He's an opener bowler. Now with Bumrah
Mhm.
and a Shami and a Arshdeep and a Siraj, who are you going to give the opening bowling to?
I mean, if I was Rohit
You see?
Sharma, I'd go with Hardik Pandya.
That's like yeah, but that is you can do in a T20 match because you want to save your your death bowlers, because last 6 overs you might want to give like a Bumrah 3 overs to do the death bowling, because that's where people try to hit a lot. But it makes sense. But in ODI,
Mhm.
your key bowlers, if Shami, Arshdeep, and Bumrah are playing, I don't see a Siraj, because Shami has a good Yorker. He can seam the ball. He's good with the reverse swing balls as well. He is
Mhm.
one of the great potential, potential with the reverse swing.
Yeah.
Arshdeep, you can't beat him with dead bowling. You see his IPL records, the way he's bowled Yorkers. You see his swing. He's got better swing than Siraj and And the thing is, Siraj has lost his outswing. I'm telling that, and the BGT has exposed him. Doesn't have his line and length control. That on a spicy pitch, man. On a spicy pitch, that was the worst bowling I've ever seen from a guy who has played so many matches, right? In ODIs, if you get that, you just imagine this thrashed him. Yeah. Even a Prasad Krishna who came back,
Prasid, yeah.
first 2-3 overs, Prasid, he came back and he scored that runs. He came back and first 2 overs, just second game or third game in his life he's played a test match. He comes back, 2 overs, leave it, that's fine. He comes back, you see his line and length after he does those 3 wickets, and he was there and thereabout after that. Siraj, he's lost it. He needs to go back to domestic cricket, get his outswing bowling going, get his line and length controlled. He just has one cutter. He just cuts the ball. His seam movement is not there. He doesn't bowl the seam ball, which can move both ways. He's just lost it. He just cuts the ball. For left-hander, is one of the worst bowlers for a left-hander. Believe me, he might take some wickets, but for a left-hander, because it does not come over the wicket or around the wicket, for the right-handers. And you see Ashwin when come around the wicket, and this guy Akashdeep comes in, and then the other guy Bumrah comes in and he just takes those wickets. Siraj does not do it. In the Melbourne Test, for 8 overs, and I told Amar was there, or Aman, somebody was there with me, we were watching. He just bowled the 2 balls out of his 7 or 8 overs he bowled to this guy,
Khawaja.
To Khwaja. You lost it, man. If you can't come over on the wicket when you know that guy got a weakness. So I'm happy Siraj is dropped, and it's a good thing for him to go back and look at his stats. It's screwed towards Sri Lanka a lot, right? If you play a lot with a weaker country and get a lot of wickets, and then when you come to a stronger country like Australia, and what has he done with Australia and England and all that? Look into those. So those things, we need to take a picture and see who are your best bowlers. Bumrah, outstanding. Arshdeep has done well in T20 World Cup. He needs to get that, the way these guys are. So, and Shami, you can't, he's got the best record ever in the history of World Cup cricket, man. Right? So
yeah, no, absolutely. Shami's not an exception, right? And now I hear you, right? And Siraj, all I can say is I've tried, but Punk doesn't budge.
That's that passion about
we'll have to move forward. Right, Amar, your thoughts?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a very, very that was the conviction. That was the argument with a lot of conviction. I think I agree with Punk here that the squad, what we are seeing is kind of expecting it, and it's a very, very good squad as well. I mean, starting right at the top, Captain Rohit Sharma. I think this is this Champions Trophy. He will be looking at one of the maybe the closing chapters, but he wanted to win, and he will look to go on a high. I'm not saying maybe right after that he will say goodbye, but this will be towards his closing era as well. So he has led very well in the limited overs as well. So this will be a good good trophy for him to win. Right at the front, at the top, he will be opening with Jaiswal. So Jaiswal, Kohli, Gildiz, and like Punk said, that they have performed really well as well. Jaiswal is on the rise, so you had to pick him. We are looking at him as all format batsman, opening batsman. So he had to be in the squad. Gill is in the squad. Of course, he's named the vice captain, but he has to perform here. I mean, he hasn't scored runs as much as Indian fans would like. We would like to see some centuries from him, and it hasn't happened in a long time. Maybe the last we saw him play well in the IPL, like maybe last year or before that.
The year prior,
before
he took the captains.
Yeah. So we want to see runs from Gill. Kohli, again, a very good ODI player still. So he will be there. I think we will see the Kohli at his best in this one. I think he will. We will get runs from him. So
Yeah.
yeah. So he is obviously their Pant wicket keeper, and yeah, he in a way, after injury, this is his first big ODI series as well. So
Yeah.
um, we will see him, and he will play an important role. Of course, Hardik Pandya, Iyer is there. They have scored. Well, Iyer has scored a lot of runs recently. So,
Mhm.
um, and Hardik Pandya as well. Of course, limited overs, all rounder. I'm not sure how much he will bowl, but I think he has bowled recently. So, and we can't forget the last over from T20 World Cup. So yeah,
Mhm.
he will be a good Arsenal.
Mhm.
Of course, Jaddu, Aksar, Kuldeep. We have to have these spinners in Champions Trophy because
Mhm.
of the pitch. Of course, Jaddu and Aksar are very good with bat as well, so that adds to the strength,
Mhm.
batting strength. Um, and of course, KL has been picked, isn't it? So KL,
Yes.
yeah. So KL also. I mean, he can. I don't think he will start straight up, but maybe a replacement. We'll see that.
Yeah.
Um, then Arshdeep, I agree with Pankaj that he's you can bowl him anywhere, and
Mhm.
we have seen in the final, the T20 final as well, 19th over.
Mhm.
Uh, you couldn't have bowled the best, better 19th over really. So
Yeah.
yeah, and Bumrah, we are hoping that he will be good, better. He will recover by then. If he
Mhm.
does, then that nothing could be better for India.
Mhm.
He's again the all format bowler, best in the world really,
Mhm.
and Shami. So I mean, 50 overs. You've seen his records. So I'm
Mhm.
happy that he's back
Mhm.
from his injury, and we'll see. I mean, if all the injuries, there are no injury concerns. If in Champions Trophy, then India will be looking very very strong. I mean, we at the moment we have concerns over Bumrah. We had concerns over Shami. They're saying he's recovered. So let's see how he performs in the England tour. But
Mhm.
yeah, very good squad, a balanced squad. Um, in terms of who could have been, who else could have been, like Punk mentioned, maybe uh, Reddy, Nitish Kumar
Ready.
Reddy. But I mean, we already have so many players who have played and performed, so it will be hard to break in at this. This team is very hard to break in. So I mean, yes, Nitish Kumar Reddy is a prospect, but we have to see
Mhm.
more evidence of ODI. Uh, People would say Karun Nair could have been
Mhm.
given a chance, but then again, I mean, who would you replace? I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
He's almost kind of a new replacement.
Mhm.
You know, if we have to go and pick someone who has already performed and change him, then that is just because of current form. I mean, um, I don't see that happening. So we'll have to wait and see if anyone from this squad does not perform well. Then maybe in the future he can come in. But yeah, this is a well balanced and good squad.
Absolutely right. And Karuna's point, like, kudos to him, like, what he's achieved and what he's done over the last, like, couple of months. And then the point you made about, like, current form versus, players who's already established themselves at the highest level. I'm always hesitant on going with current form, right? Because especially in an, event like this. And what I mean by that is, like, if you just reflect back to like 2021, right? Uh, Varun Chakravarti had an incredible season with Kolkata Knight Riders in IPL. They picked him for the T20 World Cup in Dubai. He was a dud. He just couldn't bowl, like, So obviously,
Yeah,
that's a spot gone. Even though his confidence and his form and everything was considered. Then fast forward 2022 T20 World Cup Australia. Just prior to that, Dinesh Karthik with RCB. He's scoring tons of runs at like 6 and 7 and like winning games for them left, right, and center. Going by the form, they thought, okay, he's the guy for us. They picked him in the squad, and then remember that Pakistan game. All he had to, like, do is pick a single, and unfortunately, things didn't work out. thanks to Ashwin, we obviously got over the line, and rest of the games as well. He didn't really perform like we hoped he would. So that's what I personally, this is my opinion, right? That's why I don't want to go with players just because they had a good 3 or 4 months. You got to look at the last couple of years in terms of what they've achieved, what they've established, and what level they played, and then because this is not like a bilateral series. This is like a Champions Trophy. It's like as much as equivalent to a World Cup. So there's a lot of
And
expectations. Yeah. Sorry,
no,
Punk,
I
please say.
definitely agree. No, go on, man. I 100%
Yeah.
agree with you. And
Yeah. So
just to add to this,
Mhm.
just to add another thing, you might have forgotten the 2019 World Cup,
Mhm.
right?
Oh,
The
yeah,
guy who
the
was supposed to
3D.
get number 4, the
Mhm.
three, okay, forget the 3D. The number 4 guy should have been Ambati Raidu,
Yeah.
right? They screwed him up because, and I have told you, like the superstar culture, they don't like the guy because he's, he's outspoken.
Yeah.
And that's why India lost that World Cup because of Ambati Raidu had performed really. Look at the stats, and over the last 2-3 years, he had cemented the number 4 position.
Yeah.
They
Mhm.
screwed him,
Yeah.
and sometimes like the karma comes back, and this is why when somebody's performing really well over time, and then you try to
Mhm.
just because somebody has come in bang bang, one season,
Mhm.
there's no evidence of the person doing that well, right?
Yeah.
This squad basically has been picked up based on the performance
Proven.
done,
Mhm.
right? And just to add, like on Siraj, I was talking about the stats, and just give you a quick stats to him. He's got like 71
Mhm.
wickets. 22
Mhm.
wickets is just Sri Lanka. I'll
Mhm.
give, and look at his average against Australia, England. It's
Mhm.
really pathetic. 40 and something like 49 against England. They are the two strongest teams. So
Mhm.
guys, if you are like shouting for Siraj, please look at the stats. It's screwed up towards Sri Lanka. And I've just, that's why I'm passionate about. We have got the right players. Arshdeep is the guy. He's performed. You look at IPL season, look at Siraj's IPL season. The most toughest competition is T20 in the last 4
Can
overs.
I say something? Can I say something? Sorry, I didn't
Yeah.
mean to interrupt, Punk. Your flow, but Sri Lankan conditions, do they not match what we get in UAE either? I mean, we're not
No,
going to go play in Australia or South Africa on a
no, no,
bouncy
no,
pitch,
no, no.
right?
So Sri Lanka comes a lot to India, and the conditions slightly
The
different. He
slower
gets a
pitches, I
new
meant
ball
like
a
the
lot.
subcontinent
Yeah.
pitches sort of thing.
No,
Yeah.
you see, so Sri Lanka is slightly different in terms of the pitches, how it like completely goes off. The first few overs, you have that swing. So that's why you
Yeah.
might have just had the first. You see Chamindavas and all that. They had really like first few overs, but the spinners used to come and play. You look at India as well, right? It is the spinners who will actually bring you back into the game in the middle overs and other things. Now it's slightly different because people have like even the backhand hitters, right? The last 5-10 overs, you
Mhm.
have like crazy batsmen, man. Somebody at
Yeah.
a 7 and 8, they can hit those, they can tonk those sixes, right?
Mhm.
If you don't have a good Yorker bowler or who has a good death bowling, that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. Arshdeep is a, if Bumrah is not playing, Arshdeep is the guy
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. No, absolutely right. And
Yeah.
and I'm never against Arshdeep or Bumrah, but I'm more thinking if for
No,
any
I'm not against
reason,
Siraj as well. I'm,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not against Siraj as well. But as a
Bit too
fan and
late for
as
that, Punk. Bit too late for that, Punk.
Yeah,
it's
I
just the
was just
performance.
about to say that how times have changed. I remember when Shiraz was not picked initially when he was debuting. Punk was really upset that Shiraz was not picked, and he said that Shiraz should be taken to Australia.
Yeah.
When he was initially picked, and
Mhm.
then he was picked, and then he performed really well there.
This 21
Nah.
22 season, right?
Yeah,
Because see, the
Yeah.
thing is, like Siraj is a Sami. Okay, when we
Mhm.
look at his like stats, that guy had like you look at the ball. Okay, he had a perfect sim position.
Mhm.
This guy now, what he just cuts the ball. Like, sorry, he's a right. I'm doing a left. He
Yeah.
just, you see him. He's just, so it's like it's a lottery for you. Okay, when you
Mhm.
cut your ball, it's a lottery that sometimes you hit the sim and you get a wicket. But
Yeah.
like a Shami, he came like a Shami. He used to
Mhm.
the ball used to swing out, swing in.
Mhm.
Now he's got only one lollipop. He just goes on doing this. It doesn't work because you're ruining your ball. you
Mhm.
know, and you're not good at reverse swing as well, which
Yeah.
Sami is a component of it. So,
Mhm.
if you want to, you need to get your outswing back. The day Siraj gets his outswing back, right?
Mhm.
You will see he's a
It's an
awesome
opportunity
bowler,
pick.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But he needs to. You see, the entire series, his outswing is gone. And
Mhm.
and I'm like, it's an article 2022 itself. There was an article on him that he's lost his outswing, and even in IPL he can't perform because of that. So I'm
Maybe
happy.
maybe we saw one outswing which was not maybe intended by him, but in the BGT, but we did see one, I guess.
No, but I
Yeah.
hope I'll pray, because you to get a bowler like Siraj, you have to have luck. He
Yeah.
bowls like quick. He's a workhorse. He does not get
Mm.
injured. Okay, but he has to get his outswing back, man. I'm
Yeah,
only worried
hopefully
about that.
maybe he's trying too many things, and that's probably
Yeah,
what
yeah.
got to him. But yeah, hopefully he'll make a comeback. But yeah, really, like in the interest of time, right? So Amar, you're playing 11. I know that's a 15-man squad. What's your playing 11? Who do you start with?
All 15. Well, so I mean, very difficult to choose, but okay, I'll go with obviously Rohit and Jaiswal will open.
Okay.
Kohli at number 3, Gill at number 4.
Mm-hmm.
I play Pant at number 5, and Hardik. I'm going with Hardik to start with at
Six.
number 6. Then Jaddu, Aksar, Kuldeep,
9. Mm-hmm.
and oh, number 10. I mean, going. I mean, it's really tough, right? You have Arshdeep, Bumrah, and Shami. 2 places left. Who do you choose?
Mm-hmm.
So um, I don't know. I, I'm not sure if Bumrah will be fit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go with Arshdeep and Shami.
Arshdeep and
I'll see
Shami.
how I'll see how he performs, how he gets on, Bumrah. Then, I mean, if he's fully fit, he's very hard to keep out, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of when if he's fully fit, then probably I'm tempted to go Bumrah and Shami, and I'm tempted to keep out Arshdeep.
Okay. So if Bumrah is fit, it'll be Bumrah and Shami. If for any reason Bumrah is not ready, then you'll go with Arshdeep and Shami.
Yeah, I mean, these three on a
Mm-hmm.
given day, all three can play, right? I mean,
Yes.
in this one, just going with what the Bumrah has done, what Shami has done. I mean, and plus experience. These guys don't get nervous at all. They have seen
Mhm.
the world of cricket, so I'll just go with these two. If they are fully fit, fully, all guns blazing, then no one can be better than these two guys, the Bumrah and Shami.
Cool. Punk, you're playing 11?
So okay, so let's look at the captain, vice captain, right? So they have to be, they will be playing, yeah. So Gill and Rohit. So this is the BCCI team, yeah. I'll talk to
Yes.
my team
Yeah, sure.
after
Yeah.
this, right? So
Mhm.
let's talk to the BCI guys, what they're planning, yeah. So they'll go with Rohit and Gill as the openers, Kohli at 3. I will see Iyer at 4.
Sure.
Then between Pant and KL, I think so Pant will get an opportunity because you need a left-hander. So
At
Pant
5,
comes
yeah.
in at 5.
Mhm.
You have a Pandya at 6, a Jaddu, an Aksar, Kuldeep, Shami, and Bumrah. This
Okay.
will be this will be the team which is going to play.
Play.
Okay.
Okay.
So what? And this is based on the Dubai conditions, which we have seen. IPL has been done there, and we've seen a lot of
Sure,
Dubai
yeah.
conditions, right?
Mhm.
So you don't need like four fast bowlers there. Four fast
Yeah.
bowlers, that is like 3 fast bowlers and a Pandya. Yeah, so you don't
In the
need 4.
Pandey. Yeah.
So then
Mhm.
yeah, so you'll have like 2 fast bowlers and one a Pandya. Yeah,
Mhm.
the 6th,
Mhm.
and you will have your 3 spinners in Akshar, Kuldeep, and a Jadeja.
Mhm.
Akshar can bowl both ways, so he can bowl really well against left-handers and right-handers because
Mhm.
he's a Chinaman, so he can do both ways. So he's good with that.
Mhm.
So you don't need like technically or off spinner. So I don't see a Sundar playing there. Now this is like what the BCCI team will go. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now I agree with Amar. I would like to see a Jaiswal opening,
Mhm.
right? A Jaiswal opening with Rohit and Gill at 4.
Mhm.
Right, because Gill has the capability of playing in the middle order, or it
Mhm.
could be something, I don't know, maybe Rohit coming at 4 as well. But because the way Rohit bats, he needs that 2 fielders
Mhm.
outside, and he scores that runs just there. So
Yeah.
I don't. So I would say let's like Rohit and Jaiswal opening, uh,
Mhm.
and then you have Kohli definitely at 3. He's the goat there, and
Mhm.
then Gill,
Gill at 4. Yeah.
Gill at 4, or and then I have my punt at rather than Gill, I would actually have punt at 4.
Sure.
Um, Left right maybe that way it helps, and then
Mhm.
you have Gill or an Iyer at 5,
Mhm.
and then the rest of the same guys with Pandya,
Mhm.
Akshar, Jadeja,
Mhm.
Kuldeep, and then you have Shami and Bumrah. Now, reason why Shami has performed well,
Mhm.
but you will have to see how Shami bowls. Now, there's a condition with Shami as well. So
Mhm.
Bumrah is technically, I'm just taking him because he's fit and he comes in, right? He just comes in.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
Shami, I'm a bit like skeptical because it's been like 14 months, right? And this is,
Yeah.
you're on the wrong side of 30s as well.
Mhm.
So I would like to see him how he performs in the T20s. Whether he's got the rhythm, whether he's not the flow through
Yeah.
towards the craze, right? He's not like
Mhm.
having that niggle and other things, right? So
Sure.
it depends if he's into that prime form, and if his seam position is like what we've seen in the World Cup,
Mhm.
then Shami comes in before Arshdeep,
Okay.
right?
Sure.
So see, Shami is a good batsman as well.
Mhm.
He can tong those sixes, so that gives you a bit of an edge over Arshdeep as well.
Mhm.
And he's good with seam bowling. He's got good yorkers as well, and he's
Mhm.
got the experience behind as well. So you also have a longer batting lineup
Mhm.
comparatively, so that helps, right? So that would be technically the lineup. But if Shami is slightly having a niggle, and if you don't see that speed of that 130, 135 plus, then you might get an Arshdeep.
Yeah. Perfect.
But
Yeah.
that should be my team. I would like
Mhm.
to see Jaiswal opening, man. He can tonk those guys, out of the
Yeah.
park in the
Yeah. No,
first.
absolutely.
He's
I
like
agree with you as
fearless.
well. But then
Uh,
you can't have both him and
Gill,
Gill. Yeah, in the squad, in the playing 11 for sure.
yeah,
It has to be one or the other. Opinion.
With Gill and Rohit, right?
Um,
Mhm.
I'm a bit skeptical, and Rohit, like he something which he needs to like he needs to understand as well. His wicket, like the World Cup, we lost because he got those runs, and then he gets out into, like, he did a punt basically, which we saw in BGT, worse than a
Yeah.
punt actually, right?
Mhm.
So which a Jaiswal does not do. He has the that mindset of
Yeah.
hitting the bowlers like accordingly, which
Mhm.
something where Rohit has lost. He just
Mhm.
goes blind. Okay, I've hit, I'll go for the next ball as well. He just goes on, and that's
Yeah.
something which I hope Rohit does not do it. We lost the final because of that one stupid shot. It was such a great opening,
Mhm.
right? He just had to continue. You got the opening, and it's not like a T20 overs. You just go on. It's a 50 overs. You just can't go on tonking. You're going, so something which I hope like Rohit does not do it again.
Yeah. Maybe credit to Cummins, for the World Cup final. I mean,
Brilliant
he's
yeah,
decision.
he's made,
totally.
he's made the change, right? Oh, absolutely, and that kind of set the tone.
And
But
they
yeah,
did the same thing
Yeah,
with Pant as well. That's why I'm comparing.
yeah,
You bring a
I,
lollipop bowler, which we call
I,
lollipop bowlers. Yeah,
I think he will do what you're fearing, Punk. He will do, Punk, because
you're talking about Rohit. Yeah.
Rohit Sharma, yeah, because throughout the World Cup, that's what worked for him, and
Mhm.
straight away after that, the test happens, and then he has to, defend his
Defend all of
play
a
and
sudden.
long,
Yeah.
which it looked like he was not liking. I think he will
Mhm.
go back to what has worked for him recently. He will
Yeah.
start. He will try to give a good start.
Mhm.
Of course, Jaiswal. He will. I mean, Jaiswal is in a much better place right now, isn't he? He's, he can choose the ball really well. We have seen he can play big shots. He can play. He can rotate the strike, and we have seen that his innings are very well constructed by him. He knows how to do that now. But Rohit Sharma, I think he's in a uh, place where he's kind of fighting to save and also to win matches and tournaments as a captain before he leaves. Uh, so I think he will do what he has done in the
Mhm.
T20s. Really, he will go attacking front on. With Gill, so what I'm saying is Rohit and Jaiswal definitely they will be opening. With Gill, I'm I mean, Jaiswal has pushed him out of the top 2 slot. Really, there's no two way about it. So he has been pushed down by
Mm.
Jaiswal.
Yeah.
And Gill, I'm kind of in this Champions Trophy. I'm looking at him uh, as a role of what Iyer used to do or
Mhm.
has done in the past. You know, play a calm inning wherever he can. Just play off shots, off big shots. But he will be
Absolutely.
looking to consolidate and carry on. Playing the middle overs. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm playing him at number 4.
4.
If he's not there, then Iyer will replace him. But
Mhm.
he will have to make runs. He has been made vice captain, as Punk says that
He'll
he
play.
will be playing. But if he was not vice captain,
Mhm.
maybe he wouldn't be. But even he wouldn't be in my team, to be honest.
Yeah,
Um,
but on the vice captain thing, like we've seen skippers like sitting out for the sake of team's benefit. So as a vice captain, he might do the same, right? You never know, right?
No, no. He,
yeah, that he has
he-
been. He's got an example, so he might. We'll see. He might follow, but
Yeah.
he's. All I'm saying
but
is
in,
his.
no, but Gill has, like frankly speaking, Gill as an opener has done really well. Just the
Yeah.
World Cup, slightly unlucky for him because he got dengue, and he lost a lot of and like people who got dengue, right? It's not easy to come back. So
Yeah.
the World Cup did not happen that well for him. But
True,
if you
but
see
the thing
before World
is,
Cup, he was consistently
it's
playing
been a
well.
long time. But it's been a long time, right? And
No,
Few
but that
years.
was the last game he played. So.
Yeah.
And then they played in Sri Lanka in that dust ball pitches, which was like not a pitch, it was just like a spinning track.
hmm,
So you can't count that. Nobody performed in that, so forget it. They had just one fast bowlers and rest was spinners playing. Like Sri Lanka had one fast bowler, and then rest of the bowlers all spinners. Then India in the
Nine
last match they had one
nine
fast
spinners.
bowler and they had like 9 spinners.
but
So
I
just
can't.
forget that series.
But
So
I can't see Rohit batting at number 4. He will
no,
open.
I'm not. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree, Amar. What I'm
Rohit should
trying to
open
say
and
is
play his natural game. He
Rohit
wins
also
or
he
he
plays
loses. He
natural
just
game.
has
Yeah.
to play his natural game. Yeah.
the
Okay.
the only
Maybe.
challenge is we don't have if they continue with the World Cup squad, right? Then you
Mm.
don't have a left-hander till Mr.
4 or
Jadeja,
5.
which is like he's in number 7.
Oh yeah, that's what I
Pandya
was.
is like 6.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I'm talking about KL comes. If you bring the squad,
Yeah,
World Cup squad, then
ahead of
Jadeja
Pant.
comes at 7,
Mhm.
right? And then you have 8 is your Akshar, and then 9 would
Akshay.
be Kuldeep, and then 2 other bowlers like 10, 11 would be
Mhm.
Shami, Bumrah, or Arshdeep and Shami. So
Yeah.
you see, having a punt is important in between because
Yeah.
Indian batsmen they struggle against left-handers, right? And Iyer, everybody talks about Iyer is a good batsman against spin, but then again he also struggles with a left-hand bowler as well, right? So
I think
you
Iyer is
need
going to
somebody in
play.
between.
Gautam
Iyer
Gambhir
plays,
knows
yeah.
him well from the
Yeah.
KKR.
Pant is
List.
only KL Rahul, I think so, might be replacing with
Mm.
Pant, and the team is going to be staying as team. I don't see
Yeah.
Jaiswal also coming. They won't give Jaiswal a chance
Yeah, I doubt. He's
because
So
of
Dinesh, you see
Gill.
Iyer playing then. What's your
Yeah, Iyer's going to
opinion?
play at 5. Yeah. So my playing like 11, obviously. Thanks for
5 or 4.
considering me, Amar. But yeah, so it'll
You
be
you're the
Gill
you're the
and
one. I mean, me and Punk
Rahul,
doesn't matter, man.
So
of course.
you're saying
Agarkar
5 or 4?
and Gambhir are playing. The Gambhir and Rohit Sharma, they are going to listen to you.
100%. Like that's the agreement we have. I'm backed by the same company. Like
Me and Punk are the media.
we have a mutual contracts. They can't deny my feedback. So yeah. But yeah, on a serious note,
Hmm.
yeah, I'll have Iyer bat at number 5, Punk. To answer your
Okay.
question, but I definitely want to see a left-hander in the middle order. So I'll probably pay Pant ahead of KL. Unfortunately, KL might have to sit out because he can't have 2 keeper batsmen. So I think that's where unfortunately KL might not be. But the top order, I think they'll start with Gill and Rohit. As much as I would also like to see Jaiswal. Kohli 3, number 4 Pant, 5 Iyer, 6 Hardik, Jaddu, Akshar, Kuldeep 3 spinners, and then I'll go with Bumrah and Ashdeep.
So you're saying is Jaiswal in your team or not?
No, he's not in the playing 11.
No. Okay.
No, yeah. Not at least for a
See,
starter, unless
not
something really goes bad at the top of the order. then you might have
Yeah,
to have your skipper or a vice captain or
I have a strong
someone sit
feeling they
out.
won't let Jaiswal bat again in the England series. I hope he gets an opportunity to bat, in the ODI, because see, Jaiswal hasn't debuted in ODI, right? So getting him in directly in Champions Trophy is a bit of a risk as well.
Agree, right?
So
But also at the
that's
same time, personally, I want to keep the same combination in the England bilateral series, the same playing 11, and take them to the Champions Trophy so that they had a
so
few games
yeah,
under the
that's why
belt.
I don't think like
Yeah,
Jaiswal will get an opportunity. He might get one opportunity if somebody rests, which
yeah.
I don't think Rohit Singh will rest.
No.
So
But thing is, you know, I don't want to say this, but yeah, seeing Rohit and Gill opening makes me nervous. I don't know for some reason.
makes me nervous as well.
Yeah, Jaiswal adds a calm there because of his
Mhm.
performances. It looks much better.
Mhm.
But
And
yeah,
both are batsmen, opening batsmen, like they struggle against left-hand fast bowlers.
Mhm.
Prime example. So you see 1, 2, 3, all of
Yeah.
them struggle,
Mhm.
right? And you seen in Dubai, Shaheen Afridi, right? You took the one,
Yeah.
two, three out with the same thing because you have two right-handers, you don't have a left-hander, right? With
Mhm.
a left-hander being there, even if you take a run, the your line and length has to change. So a
Mhm.
bowler does not bowl in the same place. So
Yeah.
having a combination up front,
Mhm.
with a left and right hander, then you have a Pakistani bowler or who's really good left-handers swing
Mhm.
bowlers. That helps. With an Australia, you see Mitchell Stark, when you have a left and right combination, it helps a lot. So
Yeah.
and
uh,
also it looks like that Rohit and Gill both are looking to find their form, and
Mhm.
form.
Jaiswal is coming back, with a form. So that for that reason also, I'm kind of nervous if Rohit Sharma and Gill opens, because both of them are trying to find some kind of form.
And the other thing
Yeah.
is, just to add to Amar's thing, why
Mhm.
Jaiswal as well. Jaiswal is a very good, batsman against spin bowling.
Mhm.
Very good batsman. I'm not talking about just left arm spinners. You talk about off spinners as well. You see the way he's tackled off spinning, right?
Yeah.
He's got tons of runs, man, on like dirt pitches,
Mhm.
right? Which a Gill in test matches where you have those spinning tracks, he does not give that confidence,
Yeah.
right? So I agree with Amar, that confidence level. I also don't have that confidence, and that's why I had a
Mhm.
Jaiswal in my
Mhm.
team rather than a
Mhm.
BCCI team. Yeah.
Mhm.
So just to let you that confidence, I don't also have a confidence with both of these guys. They're pathetic
Yeah.
against spin.
Yeah, maybe on that note, let's see, if Punk's team gets picked or BCCI team gets picked. It's a competition of against Punk and BCCI. Talking
It
about
depends on who's
BCCI,
got a
maybe
better PR.
absolutely. Talking about BCCI, maybe we conclude this call on the guidelines that they've introduced. Obviously, I don't want to go into the details around the guidelines. There's always almost like so much said on socials, but only one thing that really stood out for me was about families not being able to travel. And then there's a lot of negativity and feedback around you can't have families traveling, that's distracting players and stuff. So there's a restriction. And then people are really upset about why is BCCI doing this? You should have families traveling with the players and whatnot. And you can also have your personal chefs and everything else. you know but we don't know where this is coming from. In my opinion, this could be the players that are actually pushing for this to cut short some of the expenses, and also have their own boys trip, but they don't want to communicate the same to the family, so they probably reached out to BCCI and said, "Can you help us out here?"
Yeah,
I don't
Definitely
know.
Amar.
very likely.
Definitely there would be a lot of Amars in those team.
No, I said
Uh,
this is not right.
Ah,
Punk, you were saying that the BCCI is doing the right thing.
I'm saying they're doing
That
the
was
right thing. They're just
yeah,
giving 2 weeks. That's it.
yep.
But it's
But
you have to have balance in life. You just can't have one
absolutely,
side
yeah,
of the.
they'll have
It's
to
a
figure that
it's a
out. But yeah.
very yeah, it's a very balanced rules and regulations. And frankly speaking, this was always there. Just the COVID thing had broken it. I don't know why
Mhm.
people are doing hue and cry. These rules were always there. Just till COVID, they gave their opportunity, and but
Yeah.
no, it's back
it's
to
only
square
the
one. Yeah.
It's not the people, Punk. It's all the wives are tweeting. I think they are taking
Yeah,
over the
yeah.
social media. And
They are already planned a good summer in UK with the brilliant weather here.
well, if
With
they're
5 test
already in
matches,
UK,
like
if they're
2
already in
months.
UK, then
So
It doesn't
know
matter, right?
it doesn't matter. Yeah,
no, I'm
some
talking
of the
about like
wives
the
are
summer
in
usually.
UK.
Yeah, so they good for them. BCCI is giving the expenses for them. Now they're not getting it, so
Yeah.
that's why the PR is back. That what has BCCI done and all that. So, but you see, it's for the game and people, and like this personal chef and all that. It's slightly like ridiculous. I never heard that when Sachin and all those guys were playing. Having personal
Yeah, back
water
then
and whatnot.
maybe diet wasn't like such a big thing as well, right? Obviously, a lot of change. People have
Yeah,
all.
but like they scored
There's so much
tons of runs.
money now. Also, there's so much money now. Also, so
Yeah,
you can
but
afford
the
a
thing
lot of
is,
things.
I think BCCI watched our podcast, and when Punk was not happy that they didn't have dinner together, so they were like, okay, we need to stop the chefs as well. So they came up with that one as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get your
it came
diet.
from a podcast and obviously all the local restaurants as well. We can't continue like that. We need some support from BCCI here. But yeah, on that note, let's see how things
That's
unfold
good one.
over the next like in a couple of weeks. But we'll also spend some time obviously reviewing the other squads as well over the next like in a week or so. And we also have the T20 World Cup, the T20 bilateral series coming up against England. So a lot to a lot to look forward to over the next several weeks.
Look out for
Unfortunately,
Shami's bowling.
yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, for me, I don't want to really call out, but sooner than later, I'm going to be 5 days in the office. So yeah,
Oh,
cricket.
congratulations!
Yes,
So now
there's
you
going to be a lot
feel
of.
this is how you feel when BCCI stops you from doing things. Call you 5 days. Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's
That's
almost
why
like it's almost like
get into
Khan
office
Dudesi
for a
Bangladesh.
yeah. It's like return to office for all the Indian players as well. No more family time. But yeah, it's what it is. On that note, thank you for your time today, and look forward to speaking with you guys soon. And for
Yeah.
viewers, as we always say, like in anyone's call in the podcast, just a personal opinions, all in light note. Hopefully, Team India does well, and obviously, good luck for the rest of the squads as well. But yeah, we'll probably start focusing on the bilateral series over the next couple of weeks. Have a good night. Cheers.